When you walk into a room filled with people, you can instantly feel the energy before a single word is spoken. Some people carry a vibration that uplifts you, expands you, and makes you feel lighter. Others, however, seem to drain your energy as if their very presence pulls you into a field of negativity. The question is, how do you maintain your alignment, your positivity, when surrounded by those who operate from fear, doubt, or limitation? First, we must understand that everything is energy. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, broadcasts a signal into the quantum field. Negative people are not bad. They are simply broadcasting a signal from a state of survival, from patterns rooted in the past. If you unconsciously tune into their station, you begin resonating with the same frequency, and suddenly, their energy becomes your energy. But if you remain conscious, you can choose to stay tuned to a higher vibration, one of gratitude, love, and coherence. Imagine yourself as a tuning fork. If you strike a low-frequency fork beside a high-frequency fork, the higher one will not lower its vibration to match the lower. Instead, the lower begins to rise to the higher. Your job is to remain the higher vibration. That means choosing not to unconsciously react, but to consciously create. When someone projects negativity toward you, instead of letting it penetrate your state, become aware of your body. Notice if your chest tightens, if your jaw clenches, if your thoughts begin racing. These are cues that you are being pulled into their frequency. At that very moment, take a deep breath, place your awareness on your heart, and shift into gratitude. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to change your internal chemistry. In less than a minute, you begin to broadcast a different electromagnetic signature, one that no amount of negativity can override unless you give it permission. See their negativity as a test, not a threat. Every time you hold your center in the presence of chaos, you strengthen your energy field. You train your body to no longer be enslaved by the external environment. You are teaching it that your inner state is no longer dictated by circumstances, but by conscious choice. This is how masters are made, not in silence on a mountaintop, but in the midst of everyday interactions where it would be easier to collapse into old patterns. One powerful hack is visualization. Before engaging with people you know may drain you, close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by a field of light, a radiant energy extending several feet in every direction. As you breathe, feel this field strengthening, becoming impenetrable. See yourself moving into the space with calmness and authority, unaffected by their words or actions. When you hold that image long enough, your brain and body believe it, and your energy field begins to reflect it. Another hack is detachment from judgment. The moment you judge a negative person, you match their vibration. Judgment, criticism, or even silent resistance lowers you to the same frequency. But if you see them with compassion, recognizing they are simply stuck in a program of the past, you liberate yourself. Compassion allows you to stay connected to your higher energy without taking on their burden. And finally, remind yourself energy is contagious, but so is coherence. Just as negativity can spread, so can calmness, joy, and love. If you walk into the room with the intention to radiate positivity, not only will you protect yourself, but you may also influence others. Like that tuning fork, your elevated state can gently begin to shift theirs. So, the next time you find yourself surrounded by negativity, see it as an opportunity to practice mastery. Anchor yourself in gratitude, breathe into your heart, hold the vision of your energy field, and lead with compassion. When you do, you stop being a victim of other people's states and instead become a creator of your own reality. And in that moment, you realize no one has the power to drain you unless you choose to give it away. Energy is contagious. Choose your frequency before others choose it for you. Every human being is like a broadcasting tower, constantly sending and receiving signals in the invisible field of energy that surrounds us. When you walk into a space filled with people, your body and mind unconsciously begin to tune into the frequencies around you. If someone is carrying stress, anger, or resentment, you feel it even if they never speak a word. Likewise, When someone is radiating joy or peace, you are uplifted by their presence. The truth is, you are always being influenced by the energy around you. But the higher truth is that you have the power to influence it in return. Most people go through life unaware of this dynamic. They wake up, step into the day, and allow their internal state to be determined by external conditions. If someone cuts them off in traffic, they feel angry. If someone criticizes them, they feel small. If someone dumps negativity into the conversation, they absorb it and mirror it back. This is the state of unconscious living, where your vibration is constantly dictated by the environment. But when you become conscious of energy, you recognize that you are not a victim of the field. You are a creator within it. Choosing your frequency means deciding in advance how you want to feel, no matter the conditions. If you wake up and set an intention to embody gratitude, calmness, or joy, you are effectively programming your nervous system to broadcast that signal throughout the day. And when you broadcast a clear and coherent signal, the field around you begins to respond in kind. It is like walking into a noisy room with a song in your heart. If you keep singing it, eventually the noise fades and people begin to hum along. But if you stop singing and join the noise, you've lost your power. Negativity is only powerful when you unconsciously give it permission to alter your state. If someone is projecting fear, doubt, or anger, and you allow yourself to resonate with that frequency, you've let their broadcast override your own. But if you remain rooted in your chosen state, love, gratitude, peace, you create a field so coherent that it resists incoherence. Just like a tuning fork vibrating at a higher pitch, you invite others to rise to your level instead of lowering yourself to theirs. This requires awareness and practice. The next time you feel pulled into someone's negativity, pause and ask yourself, what frequency am I broadcasting right now? Is this the signal I want to amplify in the world? Then breathe deeply, place your awareness in your heart, and return to the energy you committed to in the morning. In that moment, you reclaim your power. You stop being a reactor and start being a creator. The more you practice choosing your frequency, the stronger your energy field becomes. And soon, instead of worrying about being influenced by negativity, you will begin to see how your coherence transforms the room, lifts others, and sets the tone for the environment itself. Gratitude is the fastest hack to shift out of negativity and raise your vibration. When you experience gratitude, you are not only thinking greater than your environment, you are also altering the chemistry of your body in real time. In the presence of negativity, your body instinctively wants to contract. You may feel tension in your shoulders, a knot in your stomach, or a rush of defensive thoughts. This is the body's survival program, preparing to mirror the energy around you. But gratitude interrupts this cycle. The moment you shift your awareness into thankfulness, your brain begins to fire new circuits, your heart begins to beat in greater coherence, and your entire energy field shifts into expansion. Think of gratitude as a frequency, a powerful broadcast that overrides lower states of being. Negativity thrives in fear, anger, and judgment. Gratitude cannot exist in those same states. The moment you truly feel thankful for the life you are living, for the air in your lungs, for the opportunities ahead of you, you immediately step into a higher vibration. You stop resonating with stress and you start radiating harmony. That radiation is what protects you from absorbing the lower frequencies of the people around you. Science has shown that when you feel gratitude, your heart produces a measurable electromagnetic field that extends far beyond your body. This field is coherent, rhythmic, and ordered, and it influences not only your inner chemistry, but also the space around you. Imagine sitting across from someone who is angry or bitter. If you match their energy, you become entangled in their incoherence. But if you quietly place your hand on your heart, breathe slowly, and summon a memory or a thought that brings genuine gratitude, you send out a signal that is stronger than their chaos. You remain elevated, and sometimes your very presence begins to calm them. Gratitude also rewires the way you perceive situations. If you are around negative people, your old habit may be to complain internally, to judge them, or to wish you weren't there. But when you shift into gratitude, you see the same circumstance as an opportunity. You begin to think, this is my chance to practice mastery. This is my training ground to hold my center. That mindset transforms a draining environment into a spiritual gym where you are strengthening your vibration. Every moment you choose gratitude over reaction. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't require conditions to change. You don't have to wait for negative people to become positive, for the environment to be peaceful, or for external events to go your way. You can choose it now. You can summon it in the midst of chaos. And when you do, you prove to yourself that your internal state is greater than the external world. That is true freedom. So the next time negativity surrounds you, don't fight it and don't fear it. Instead, close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and whisper to yourself, thank you. Let that feeling grow until your heart is overflowing. That single act of gratitude will raise your vibration beyond reach of the negativity around you, keeping you aligned with the energy of creation. See negative people as tests, not threats. Each moment strengthens your mastery. The way you interpret your environment determines the energy you bring to it. When you view negative people as obstacles, as threats to your peace or your happiness, your body immediately moves into defense. You contract, you resist, and you unconsciously give them power over your state of being. But if you shift your perception and see them as tests, opportunities to practice alignment, you reclaim your power. Suddenly, every encounter with negativity becomes a chance to refine your mastery of energy. Imagine walking into a room where someone is complaining, gossiping, or radiating frustration. The unconscious reaction is to match their energy or withdraw into judgment. But the conscious response is different. You remind yourself, this is my training ground. This is where I get to prove to myself that my inner state is greater than my outer environment. When you hold that perspective, instead of being drained, you become stronger. The negativity becomes resistance, and you become the muscle that grows by lifting it. Every master was once a student who learned in the midst of challenge. You don't build resilience in perfect circumstances. You build it when things around you test your patience, your peace, and your commitment to higher states of being. Each time you remain centered in gratitude or love while surrounded by negativity, you send a powerful signal to your body and to the quantum field. I am no longer ruled by external conditions. I am the creator of my state. That repetition literally rewires your brain and reconditions your body to stay coherent in the face of chaos. Think about it. The people who trigger you most are also the ones giving you the greatest opportunity to grow. They are unknowingly showing you where your reactions still live, where your old programs still run, and where you still need to practice alignment. If you can learn to see them as mirrors, you will stop resenting them and start using them. They reveal to you the parts of yourself that are ready to evolve. This doesn't mean you allow negativity to dominate your space or that you passively absorb toxic behavior. It means you change the story in your mind. You no longer say, this person is draining me. Instead, you say, this person is offering me a chance to practice mastery. That shift in perspective removes fear and gives you strength. The truth is, life will always present you with tests. The question is whether you see them as problems or as pathways. When you frame negativity as a test, you step into the role of the conscious creator. You stop shrinking and you start expanding. And each time you pass the test by staying centered, you raise your vibration to a level where negativity can no longer touch you. Visualization creates an impenetrable energy field that protects your state. Before you step into situations where negativity may be present, you can prepare your inner world in such a way that no external energy can penetrate it. The human mind doesn't distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. This means that when you use visualization with intention and emotion, You are programming your nervous system and shaping the electromagnetic field around your body to match the picture in your mind. Think of your energy field as a protective sphere. Most people walk into environments unconsciously, with their energy open and unguarded, easily influenced by the frequencies around them. But when you visualize, you begin to set the tone before you even enter the space. Close your eyes and see yourself surrounded by a radiant light, extending several feet beyond your physical body. Feel it as real. Imagine this field as coherent, strong, and luminous, radiating calmness and stability. As you breathe deeply into your heart, see this protective sphere pulsating with energy, alive with the vibration of gratitude and love. When you hold this image long enough, your brain begins to reorganize its circuits to match that reality, and your body starts to feel as if it is already true. You are no longer walking into a room vulnerable. You are walking in as a creator, carrying with you a field that is larger and stronger than any negativity you may encounter. In that state, the negativity of others cannot penetrate you. It simply dissolves when it meets the coherence of your field. Visualization is more than just imagination, it is creation. Each time you see yourself radiating peace in the midst of chaos, you are rehearsing a new version of yourself. Just like an athlete mentally rehearses before the game, you are training your mind and body to embody resilience before the moment arrives. Then, when you actually encounter the negative person or situation, your body already knows what to do. It has practiced, it has felt the elevated state, it has rehearsed coherence so often that reacting to negativity no longer feels natural. Staying positive feels natural instead. Another powerful way to visualize is to imagine negative energy as something that cannot stick to you. See it like smoke that disperses before reaching you, or like a wave breaking on a rock but never moving the rock itself. As you hold that image, your subconscious mind receives the instruction that you are untouchable, unshakable, and free. This doesn't just protect you, it empowers you. By using visualization daily, you begin to walk through life with a shield of awareness. You are no longer waiting to see how others will affect you. Instead, you set the intention and the energy field in advance. That single act turns you from a reactor into a creator, from someone easily swayed by the environment into someone who shapes it. And when you master that, no negative person can disturb the frequency you have chosen to embody. Judgment lowers your vibration. Compassion keeps you elevated. The moment you judge someone for being negative, you unknowingly step into the very energy you are trying to avoid. Judgment is simply another form of separation, a subtle way of saying, I am better than you and you are less than me. While it may feel justified, that thought immediately lowers your vibration because it's rooted in criticism and comparison. And the truth is, the frequency of judgment is not much higher than the frequency of the negativity you are resisting. By reacting in this way, you become entangled in the same field, which means you have lost your alignment. Compassion, however, keeps you elevated. Compassion is not about condoning someone's behavior or allowing negativity to dominate your space. It is about understanding that people who project negativity are often stuck in old patterns of survival. They are replaying programs of fear, anger, or pain that have been encoded in their body for years, sometimes decades. When you see this truth clearly, instead of judging them, you recognize they are simply unconscious of their power. Compassion allows you to maintain your energy without absorbing theirs. Think about it. If you respond to someone's bitterness with judgment, you mirror their state. If you respond with compassion, you rise above it. Compassion does not mean you must fix them or engage deeply. It simply means you hold space without letting their vibration pull you down. You silently acknowledge, this person is operating from an old program, but I will not let that program define my state. In that moment, you preserve your coherence. Compassion also keeps your heart open, and an open heart is the strongest protection you have against negativity. The electromagnetic field of the heart is much larger and more powerful than the field of the brain. When you generate feelings of compassion, your heart enters coherence, and your energy becomes ordered, radiant, and expansive. Negativity cannot thrive in that field. It is like trying to light a small candle in the middle of a powerful wind. It simply cannot sustain itself. This is why true masters always respond from the heart, not from judgment. They see through the behaviors of others and recognize the pain, the unconscious patterns, and the unawareness behind them. And by doing so, they remain free. Judgment ties you to the negativity. Compassion frees you from it. So, the next time you are tempted to judge someone's negativity, pause and shift your perspective. Instead of thinking, why are they like this? Silently affirm, I hope they find their peace. That simple thought keeps you from dropping into their frequency. You walk away lighter, stronger, and still aligned with your chosen vibration. Compassion doesn't just protect you, it elevates you. It keeps you in a state where your energy can influence others instead of being influenced by them. And that is the path of mastery, to remain open, elevated, and free, no matter what energy surrounds you. Coherence spreads your higher energy, can uplift the environment around you. Most people walk into a room and immediately tune into the dominant vibration. If the space is heavy with stress, they start feeling tense. If it is full of laughter, they begin to smile. This unconscious matching is part of human survival. It is the body's way of belonging. But what happens when you choose to walk in with coherence already established in your body and mind? Instead of being influenced, you become the influence. Your state becomes contagious. Coherence means alignment. It is when your heart and brain are in rhythm, when your thoughts, feelings, and energy are ordered and harmonious. In that state, your electromagnetic field is not scattered but strong and radiant. Science shows that a coherent field extends beyond the body, touching the people and environment around you. It means your calmness can literally help regulate someone else's nervous system. Your joy can elevate the energy of the space. Your love can open the hearts of others, even if they don't realize it. Think of a tuning fork again. A single coherent vibration has the power to bring other frequencies into harmony with it. When you walk into a room in gratitude, in love, in inner peace, you are that tuning fork. You are broadcasting an ordered signal into a field of disorder, and by simply holding your state, you invite others to rise. You don't need to preach, convince, or force. Your energy does the work. This is why your inner practice is so important. If you begin your day by aligning your heart and mind, by choosing gratitude, by visualizing your energy field, you prepare yourself to walk through the world as coherence itself. Then, when you encounter negativity, you are not disturbed. Instead, you become the anchor, the stabilizing presence. You hold the vibration steady, and little by little, others begin to feel it too. Have you ever noticed how one calm person can diffuse an argument, or how one joyful person can light up a room? That is coherence at work. It is not about overpowering others. It is about embodying a frequency so consistent that the environment naturally begins to synchronize with it. This is the real power of energy hacks. You are not just protecting yourself from negativity, you are uplifting the space around you. And here is the beauty: when you uplift others, you reinforce your own vibration. The act of radiating coherence strengthens it within you. It becomes easier and easier to hold until it is no longer something you do. It is who you are. So remember, you are not only responsible for your own energy, you are also contributing to the collective field. Every time you walk into a space, choose to embody coherence. Choose to hold the frequency of love, gratitude, and joy. And when you do, your higher energy won't just protect you, it will ripple outward, transforming the very environment around you.